So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. A second quarter score from Carson, and the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Breeze hands to Ingram. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12. Oh, a nice spin. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Lauletta. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Got it. 21.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And still fighting. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Rosas True Blue on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
21.
Now Breeze to try again after the pick 6. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Sammy.
Here's a carry now for Mike Gillisley. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Got it. 11. Ready for check.
Now Breeze. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Detroit! Detroit!
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Here's Lauletta now on second. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
From the gun on third down, Lauletta. He finds his target, Beckham. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now it's Gim. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, third quarter from Oakland. The Browns, they've scored again, extending their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
21.
Now the pitch comes to Ingram. And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there and also a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And Lutz puts this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Laletta now to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
13. Got it.
Ingram again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a handoff to Ingram. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught at the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit! Gone!
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So a big one coming now for Aldrich Rosas. This for the lead in the final stages. And the kick by Rosas is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And a 20th carry now for Ingram. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Coming left, it's Ingram. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The Saints on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9.
Got it. 12. 21.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ingram. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
11.
One final try here for Breeze. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So for the Giants, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You